Hello everybody, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you may be watching this, and happy summer! I'm sad that none of us have uploaded in a while. Some of us were on vacation, some are just not doing anything, and our good friend Titan refused to upload my apology video. So I'm gonna fill you in real quick. Yeah, my SSD crashed, blah blah blah, random stuff happened, I got it all fixed, but I lost everything. So, Elder Scrolls canceled since I lost it all. Yay. I'll probably take it up again in the future, but for now I'm working on other stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna teach whoever may be wondering how to make Minecraft animations in Blender, or at least how I learned it. It's quite simple. It just takes a lot to set it up. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy, and let's get right into it. First of everybody, you will want to actually get Blender. So, go into Google or whatever you use. Just go to blender.org. Blender.org. It works. I always use the recent update of Blender just because a lot of people use super 2015 versions like 2.7 or whatever. I learned in 2.7, but I've adapted to 2.9. I actually do need to update to 2.93 since I'm using 2.92, but blah blah blah. So all you want to do is download Blender. This is the automatic Windows installer. So, download it if you use Windows. If you use any others, you can just click this, get it. And then you'll be prompted to enter your setup, whatever. And then after you install Blender, you can open it. Blah, blah, blah. We're not going to go right into that. It's a little weird thing that you don't have to pay attention to. But I do recommend starting out with a template. So what you will want to do is, you'll see all this. I always use cycles, just because I use my GPU all the time. I turned this way down to like 40 and then this to like 4, just to keep it stable. This is all stuff you can ignore till later. So you want to, if you want your GPU to be your main thing, and you can see it load, then you'll want to use cycles. You probably shouldn't use Eevee, just because you might not be doing like fluid simulations or something. So you can set that up. Am I recording? I am recording. Hello. Yeah, I was like, am I not recording? But I am. Haha. So next up, you'll want to set your preferences. So you can click Edit, go to Preferences, and then System. You'll want to, if you are using a graphics card, you'll want to click System, open this up, click CUDA if you're using what is it? Anything other than an RTX card, and you can also combine it with the power of a CPU, which is what I do. But if you are using an RTX card, you will want to use OptiX, and then just use this. You wouldn't want to use that, just so it ray traces and everything, and it'll fix your settings over here if you pay attention to that. There is some stuff in Keymap that I do, like for instance, for the camera, the view camera, which the camera is very important to me. You will want to set a keybind to that. It's automatically number pad 0, but I got rid of my number pad a while back, so I just set it to my end key. So every time I click end, it'll open up the camera. Now to actually set it, like if I go back here into camera, you just click whatever it is, and then the key you want it to be. Let's see. So add-ons we will be using later. You can see all these community ones. The only ones I actually use from the community every once in a while is import images as planes. It just makes it easier when I use textures and stuff. So that's pretty much all you need here. You actually don't have to save anymore, which is nice. Besides, the actual save preferences, but I always have autosave on. Click this down here to see those. So yeah, what I do after I get all those settings set up is, well, first up, if you're like me and you don't like spending forever rendering, I actually set my renders to 720p, or yeah, whatever, which is right below HD. But when I put together the video, I actually render it in HD or 1080p or 1920p or whatever you want to call it. So you do want to go over here to output properties and set this to these if you're like me. I do like bring up the timeline a bit just so I can see it all. You can scroll up and down, which can be very confusing by, you know, blah blah. Most of the time you will want to fix your timeline. And the main important thing is frame rate. So like if I do 30 frames a second, every second 30 frames will pass. That just basically tells you when you need to import keyframes, which I'll talk about later for animating. If you do click space, it'll start your animation. For a less choppier result, you want to go higher than 30, but I found 30 is like the sweet spot. Down here is just where you want it to output to after you render, and automatically to render you click F12. See, very quick, and it's very pretty actually. What's next? So I did, yeah, you'll want to change your sampling. In light paths, you can turn these down, turn these up, whatever you want to do. I always have reflective and refractive caustics on just because it makes it prettier. Not everybody's laptops or computers or whatever you decide to use can handle it, but I find it useful. So let's get right into the next part. But first, if you want to always use all these settings, you want to click File, Save As. At the beginning, I always, like whenever I start Blender forever, I create a Blender folder. I keep it all very organized. If you want to make a new folder, you can click this. Name it whatever you want. So like, I'll do like tutorial. I can go in here and click Save As. So now, if I come over here, go down to my Blender file, I can go into tutorial, and this is, as you see, if I exit out, I can click that, and it'll bring it right into here. This is just, what do you want to call it? Template, I guess you could call it. It's like you can click this, rename it template.blend. You don't have to do .blend, but it just helps. So if you want to make a new scene, you click save a copy, and then you just go into that copy and do it from the copy. But next up, I'm going to show you all the things you need to set up to actually make a Minecraft animation. Once again, you will want to open your browser. You'll want to go into MCPrep. I'm going to leave a link to all of these down below, and you'll want to get the latest MCPrep, but don't accidentally click a random ad. You want to download MCPrep. See, downloads automatically. While that's downloading, we'll want to get Mindways. Mindways is very simple. You want to get the download link right there. They're both relatively hefty add-ons, but they're pretty simple. I'm going to minimize that, minimize OBS, go into here, go into downloads, and you'll want to, like in my Blender folder that I create to hold all my animations and stuff, you want to stick these two in there, go into here, and you want to extract them. Most Windows computers automatically come with extraction, but you might want to get like WinZip or something if you don't have the extract option. You want to extract these. Take a few seconds since there's a lot in here. I'll probably insert some random Jeopardy music in here or something. Login copy strikes. There we go. Alright, so now we'll, and yeah, did what I thought. And it only extracted MCPrep, so you'll want to extract Mindways as well. It will not extract multiple things at once, as it seems. And I like to keep the zip folders just in case, but you know, if you want to keep it clean and save storage, you can just get rid of them. So you have these now. To install MCPrep, since it's an add-on, you'll want to go into your Blender file, and over here, sorry for that. Alright, all this, blah blah blah. Alright, next up, what you want to do is open up the Blender template or whatever you made, and go back into Edit, Preferences, go into Add-Ons, click Install. You'll want to find wherever you put it. So, in your Blender folder, you want to install MCPrep. Wait, yes. This is what I forgot. You do not want to unzip MCPrep. Since it's an add-on, you want to keep it a zip folder. Oh, I'm out of breath. Alright. So yeah, you want to keep it a zip folder, blah blah blah. Where did I put the others? Are they in here? No, they're on my add-ons. I lost mine ways. You're a trash can. Maybe you are in here. No. Ah, I lost it somewhere. Maybe you're hiding in my downloads. Oh. Huh. So anyways, don't lose your add-ons and stuff like I did. So I'm actually gonna get back out Mineways. I'm gonna see. This is why you want to keep them in here. I'm gonna extract Mineways. Blah blah blah. You get the schmeal. And keep that there. Now you can go back into Blender, Edit, Preferences, Add-Ons, Install. Right here. In the zip file, it's gonna be there. And you'll install the MCPrep add-on. It's gonna buffer for a second. Then you'll want to go search it, and then click this right here to activate it. I already have it all in, so it redoes it. So next up, we want to do is go back in here, and actually we're all good for now. So the next thing you want to do is fun. You'll want to open up Minecraft. You can save this, Control S, save at the bottom. Exit out of that for now. You want to open up Minecraft. This is where it all really comes in. I actually like using shaders just so I can get the scope of what it'll look like in Blender. So I'll go into my shaders. I tend to use 1.16.5 for it, just so it has the correct blocks and stuff, and I have more blocks in like my 1.12 versions. And the series you see me make in this tutorial series, I'm gonna solely do during this tutorial, so you know I don't work on it like off camera or whatever. I'll probably like time lapse it or something, just because bleh, it takes a while. It's honestly not that hard, just time consuming. So I'll do tutorial, go into creative, make sure it's all on. You can mess with the world type. I'm currently doing the floating islands for my new series. Create new world. Your world will generate. See how that's going over here. Yep, going well. Alright, here we are. Let's check and see if I'm actually recording. Yes, I am. Look at that. Alright, so I'm just gonna turn on my shaders real quick. I love Silders. Sonic Ethers is okay. Unbelievable is fun just for water, but Silders is usually what I go for. And look at that, bam! Entire Minecraft world completely transformed forever and ever and ever. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't care about my FPS honestly. Maybe at 25, but it just looks gorgeous. But yeah, no, you don't want to build in this. If I am correct, and I think I do, or am, I guess, I have the construction, yeah, I have building gadgets and construction ones on, just so I can very easily build structures. It just helps so much. and it doesn't interfere with Blender or anything. So now you're in your world. You want to find a nice location. So I'm gonna. You honestly don't want a foresty scene unless you're going for a really big map. So I'll come in an area like this. Sorry for that. I'm back, blah blah blah. So you want to find your nice area. And what kind of structure you want, it's entirely up to you. So I'm just gonna casually make, I'll go large. I'll just get pink wool. And this is entirely for tutorial. So whatever animation I end up making, it's going to be a pink wool house now. You're welcome, people. You're welcome. Beautiful. I'm not gonna stick doors here. Stupid sheep. I'll ignore this for now. So you want to build your structure. See, much easier with builder spawns, builders gadgets, whatever you want. I'll slash fill this. Air. Grab a sword and kill this annoying sheep. Gonna fill in this floor. And voila, beautiful. Now you have your nice little area. This is pretty much all I'm gonna do for now, besides add glass. Just to show off some stuff. Yeah, beautiful. This tiny bit right here. And I am gonna add a roof. Just so you can see some inside stuff, inside lighting, blah blah blah. Beautiful. Put this down a bunch, and I'm not gonna add doors here for reasons unspecified. I'll show you momentarily why. It's literally just so I can add actual doors here that move in Blender. If you put doors here, you'll have to destroy them in Blender, and it takes forever. Don't mind me, I just gotta do this for any animal that comes near me. Okay, so now you have your area. This is literally all I'm gonna do in this scene, except for like add a chest over here or something. So I'm gonna leave Minecraft now. I'm gonna make sure I know my world. I'm gonna leave Minecraft. Voila. Let's wait for, yep, there you go, you adapted. I'm gonna exit CurseForge as well. Alright, so now what you wanna do is, look, I have two different ones. That's why you're hiding in here. Ah, I see. Anyways. So, what you want to do is, you'll open whatever mineways you have. The extracted mineways. You open it up. You see this odd looking funky thing here? You want to go into there. It is gonna do this, but you know, just ignore it and run it. I trust it. I've used it so many times. Trust me, it's not gonna kill your computer. Now you'll file, open world, and you'll wanna find your world. It's gonna be somewhere in, well, since I'm using CurseForge, it'll be in your CurseForge file, so after that, if you don't find it here, then it's hiding in, yeah, now I have to look for it for you all. CurseForge, oh, well, you're not in Overworld, you're in CurseForge, aren't you? Where are you hiding? explaining this to everybody else now. But yeah, I remember what problem I had last time, so I was not able to find it. So what you're gonna wanna do at least is go into CurseForge, and while you're at that, open this up. Go to percentage, app data percentage. Sorry, that's being all funky. Alright, go into CurseForge. Whatever instance that you used, you'll right click that, open folder, get out of Forge. You'll open saves, and then you'll copy the saves from there into your Minecraft saves instead of your CurseForge saves. So now we can go over here, open world, find your world, very easily just go to this PC, or sorry, percentage app data percentage, that Minecraft saves, then here it is. You can go in here and you do level.dat. That's the one you do. You open it, bam, your entire world is now in here. So this is literally all my world, or at least the rendered parts, I should say. So you can see where the house is, or you can somewhere around here, yes, jump to player, and it'll snap right to where you were last, which for me was over here. So I am going to have a relatively small scene. You'll hold right click, select your entire scene you want. I have like that, voila, click OK, and you'll want to set all of these just so it fits it. So you'll see right over here, it'll go down, but you want your whole scene to be completely purple. See right here, turns a bit purple. So for the height, I want to keep it a bit up here, just to be good. For depth, like if I go too high, usually they do a good job fitting the depth, so I'll just stay about here. And then bam, perfect. So now you want to file, export for rendering. Wherever you want to save it, you'll want to save it in your file, wherever it is. You want to name it like your map or something. Everything here is good, but right over here, unless you want like a mining world that you're gonna blender mine in, you want to uncheck create block faces at the borders. It'll just save so much lag. Click OK, and bam, all done. Click yes, and you can exit mineways, go into your thing, and bam, all this stuff here is there. So I'm gonna make a mineways stuff folder. I'm gonna actually put mineways in there, and I'm gonna put all this stuff it just exported in here. And I'm gonna stick that in here. Now I can open up the scene I made. This is the fun part. I'm gonna delete the default cube. I know, such a monster. I'm gonna go all the way out here. I'm gonna do file. I'm gonna do import.obj. Somewhere in here, there it is. Wavefront.obj. I'm gonna go into mineways tab and the map.obj, which we just exported. It's gonna take like 10 seconds unless you have like RTX 3090. And bam, your entire world you just rendered is in here. Now as you see, the further back I go, the less it renders. So I wanna click my camera, click right here, and right over here, clip end, just go super far. See? And it'll render your entire scene. If you don't know how I'm moving the camera around so freely instead of like blah blah, I set my preferences. I set my key map for walk and fly, I believe. Fly and walk. Yeah. View navigation, walk/fly. I set it to Shift F. So I can Shift F, hold Shift to move faster, blah blah blah, do all that. It just helps. So yeah, I'm gonna actually turn this up a bit. So the next thing you want to do is, if you go into actual material mode instead of shading mode, you'll see all this, but it looks a bit odd, right? So like if I come over here, look at these flowers, and I render it by clicking F12, You see, that's odd. It's all black. So what mine ways is for is, if I did this all correctly, you can click N, bring up your toolbar, click MCPrep, click Prep Materials. Do whatever you want here. Honestly, if you do this, it's gonna try and fit the shader pack, so don't do that unless you want extreme lighting. So you do have to unselect this, click A to select everything, or wait, I believe you can just not select it. Yeah, click A to select everything, prep materials, okay. As you see, it's now prepping, bam. Look at this beauty. It's like actual Minecraft in here, right? So now if you render it, it'll look relatively decent. Why are there so many path tracing tiles? Huh. So yeah, it's pretty decent looking. You can prep world for lighting. It's just gonna, once you click it, as you see, bleh, explosion. So I tend not to do that. My undo is broken in Blender, so I'm actually gonna don't save and then go back into it. And now I have to actually re-prep all the materials. See, isn't it fun? So try not to make any mistakes. So next up, what you want to do is, if I come to the right spot, yes, there we go, is as you saw, oh, and you can click N and T by default to open up this. This is N, this is T, to open those up. So next up, what you want to do is, let's go right there, is create light, since this scene is dull. So I'm going to click Shift A to bring up the create menu. I'm going to go to light, and I'm going to make a sun. See, the sun is all the way down here, so I can click G to move it, and I'm going to click Z to move exactly where I want it to go. So right here is your sun. Isn't it beautiful? I believe there's a default sun. Yeah, right somewhere over here. I'm going to actually delete that. Come up here, get my sun. I'm going to bring it all the way up here. All the way over here. Need a good location for it. And you can click G and then Y, Z, or X to move it along those axes. As you see, it just helps make it more straight. You can click R to rotate it, or R again to rotate it very freely. You can also do the axis things with rotation, blah blah blah. But what you want to look at is this line right here. This line is indicating which way the sun is pointing at. So you'll want to RR to go in free mode and point it to whatever direction you want it to go. I actually want it to shine through those windows in a nice looking effect. So I'll put my sun up a little more, actually. Right here, I'll make the line go that way. See, it's already looking pretty nice. So I'm gonna move this away again, and right here, this is whatever object you're in, the data properties of it. So I can go in here and customize my sun. So I like to go for a actual like orangish sun look. Turn the strength up to like 3.5 if you want it pretty nice. Yeah, you always want cast shadow on, in my opinion, just because it makes everything look so nice. Now, if you come over here and render it, it'll actually be lit up, as you see. Isn't it beautiful? It all looks a bit odd though, since, you know, we don't have a background or something. So yeah, beautiful. Next thing, what you want to do is, if you click search right here, ambient. Actually, ambient occlusion is already turned on. So you want to go to world properties. I believe, yes. Turn on ambient occlusion in my case. Do not have it factored at 1 or your entire thing is going to be white. Just turn it on a little. And the distance is how close or how far the light is. So what that does is it just lights up dark areas instead of like a sun or something. Like if I go over here, actually you can make your, here I'm going to X that. You can make your camera see more with the focal length. I keep mine around 30. This will see a lot. Keep mine like right here, so you can see a good bit. If I render that, you can see you can actually see inside now. I don't know why there's so many tiles. Wait a minute. No, there's only 40. I'll find out later. No, I won't. I won't find out later. I'll find out now. Okay, so you can save that. And voila, you have a nice looking scene. Next up, the sky. I mean, look at the sky. It's gray. You don't want that, now do you? So what I do is I go over here. Where are you? World properties, surface. Background is a no. If I'm doing this right. Alright, it's very, very weird. Or at least the way I did it. So I'm gonna try first off going from color like this. Environment texture. Open environment texture. I have a bunch of saved ones. I'll leave a download link for them. All of these I'll try and do you. See if I did that right. Normally you go in here, like do it from here, but it's a different version. If I render that, see if I did it right, or is it going to be pink? Yeah, I did it right. So yeah, what you want to do is to add a sky is right here, this little yellow thing adding color. You click that and you can click environment texture, click open, and environment textures, they're basically like a 360 view of whatever. So I have a bunch of ones that I got downloaded, so I can open them. You don't see it from here unless you go into the rendered view up here. Voila, you have a beautiful scene. By the way, what block base is at the borders does is right here. If you see underground and stuff, all this would be like a normal Minecraft world, just a big chunk stolen from it, which you don't want, now do you? So yeah, we now have everything set up. I hope you enjoyed episode 1. Have a nice day, everybody. Goodbye.